In this video tutorial, I am going to discuss about microsatellite instability and disease associated with it. So first we have to understand what is microsatellite. So microsatellites are basically 1 to 6 base pair repeating stretches of DNA. Repeating stretches of DNA. So what does it mean? Suppose this is the very long human genome, right? So in the human genome, there are certain places which are fixed. Suppose, for example, I am showing you these 4 places. At these 4 places, what happens? Suppose at this location, this let's say, for example, dinucleotide repeat. Suppose CA, this nucleotide is there which is repeated 30 times. Here, for example, 80 base pairs are there which are repeated for 50 times. Here, let's take example of mononucleotide, that is guanine is repeated for the 70 time. Here, let's take example of trinucleotide, that is CAG, which is repeated for the 20 times. So you can see this length is between 1 to 6 nucleotide. This is mononucleotide repeat, this is dinucleotide, this again is dinucleotide repeat, this is trinucleotide. Like that, tetranucleotide, pentanucleotide and up to hexanucleotide repeat can be there. Now their repeating units can be repeated for several hundred times. Okay, here it is repeated for the 30 time, here it is for 50 time, here it is for 70 time, and here it is for the 20 time. So now it is clear that it's a, what is microsatellite? It is the 1 to 6 base pair repeating stretches of DNA. Now this repetition is in the tandem arrangement. It is tandemly repeated. What does it mean? It means this is one unit, right? Immediately after there is a second unit, there is a third unit, there is a fourth unit. So here it is 30 times. So back to back 30 CA, this dinucleotide is seen. So 1 to 6 base pair tandemly repeating stretches of DNA, that is known as microsatellite. Now why we are studying of this microsatellite? Because approximately 3% of human genome, is in the form of microsatellite. Okay, that means it is occupying a very significant portion in our genome. And what is the function of this microsatellite? Mostly it is observed that it has only a structural role in maintenance of chromosome. It may have many different functions, but what are these exact functions? It is till now it is not clear. But one thing is observed in this, that it has high rate of replication error. It has high rate of replication error. So we know that we had seen in the previous video that what kind of replication errors can occur. We had seen that there are 3 types of replication error. One type of replication error is base misread. Base misreading occurs by the DNA polymerase. Second is DNA polymerase slippage, and because of the slippage, deletion occurs. Deletion of the nucleotide occur. And third type is the insertion. Insertion of nucleotides can occur. So let's take example. Suppose this is the complete human genome, and I am taking only one example, that is let's take example of this CA, which is 30 times repeated. So suppose this is the 1 CA dinucleotide, this is second dinucleotide, this is third dinucleotide, this is fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So this is the 10 repeats of the dinucleotide. Okay, that means total 20 nucleotides are there. Suppose while replicating this DNA, this replication error occurred, and that error is of the insertion type. Here we have 10 repeats, right? 10 repeats, or you can say CA10. Now because of the insertion, this repeat number will be increased. So there will be a more than 10, right? In case of insertion type of replication error. Suppose here deletion occurred. So what will happen? This deletion will lead to less than 10 nucleotide repeats. Okay, so that means because of the replication error, this number of microsatellite, the repeating unit in the microsatellite either increases or decreases. Why this is happening? Because of the replication error. But in real life, does this occur? No. Why no? Because we have mismatch repair mechanism. We have mismatch repair mechanism, which is very efficient in nature. So it immediately identifies that, okay, this insertion or deletion occurred, and so this mismatch repair mechanism identifies it and corrects it. So again, after this mechanism has taken place, it will come back to the 10 repeats. That means microsatellites, these numbers in the microsatellites are generally stable. They does not change. Why? Thanks to our mismatch repair mechanism. But sometime what happens, this mismatch repair mechanism itself is defective. So you can easily imagine that what will happen in case of defective mismatch repair mechanism. What will happen? This will go uncorrected, and so microsatellite, the number will keep changing. So this phenomena, this phenotype, it is known as microsatellite instability. Now somehow, I had already told you that somehow it is there that high rate of replication error occurs. Why this high rate of replication error, particularly in this microsatellite? The reason is not known. In this case. So let's take one very good example in which mismatch repair mechanism is defective, and that example is of the Lynch syndrome. And we also know that its other name is hereditary non-polyposis colorectal cancer. It goes by short form in the HNPCC. So Lynch syndrome or HNPCC both have the name of same disease. In Lynch syndrome, to understand about this syndrome and how this mismatch repair mechanism is defective, we know that in E. coli there are two important proteins are there which participate in the mismatch repair mechanism, and these proteins are MUT-S and MUT-L. Now in case of human, we had not studied the mismatch repair mechanism of the human because it is very complicated. But when I was teaching you about the mismatch repair mechanism, we had seen that in human there are 6 homologues proteins of MUT-S are seen. That means structurally similar proteins are seen, and 5 homologues of MUT-L proteins are seen. And this 6 and 5, this is total 11 proteins are participating in the mismatch repair mechanism, right? So out of the 6 homologues of MUT-S protein, one protein is very important in case of this Lynch syndrome, and that is, its name is also matching, that is MUT-S homologue 2. Okay, this is the name of protein. It is total 6 homologue, but this is one of the 6 homologue protein which is important for the Lynch syndrome. That's why I am writing only this one protein. Out of the 5 homologues of MUT-L protein, one protein is there. Its name is MLH1, and that means MUT-L homologue 1 protein. These 2 proteins are found mostly defective in case of Lynch syndrome. This is the most common protein which is found defective in Lynch syndrome, and this is the second most common. Now why these proteins are defective? Reason is the gene which encodes for the MUT or MSH2 protein, it is located on the chromosome 2, which may get mutated by some other reason, or this MUT-L homologue 1, that is MLH1, its gene is located on chromosome number 3. So if the genes are defective, it may be either hereditary or sporadic, maybe n number of reasons this gene might be defective, and so their product, that is MSH2 or MLH1, these are found defective. So you can easily imagine what will happen if this is defective. If this is defective, then it can lead to mismatch repair mechanism becomes defective, right? This mismatch repair mechanism is defective, and we know, as we had seen over here, that when mismatch repair mechanism is defective, what it will lead to, its phenotype, what is it? It is microsatellite instability. So here also, because of the defect in this gene, what will happen? There will be a microsatellite instability. This microsatellite instability is the hallmark of this Lynch syndrome. So it is a hallmark of Lynch syndrome. One thing I forgot to mention in this microsatellite is that this microsatellite, it has 4th characteristic, that they are generally they are never transcribed. That means they does not create any new RNA or protein. So ideally, theoretically, this should not lead to any disease process, right? But in this case, what happens in case of particularly Lynch syndrome? What happens? Suppose this is the human genome. There is one set of gene which gives rise to a protein which are cell cycle regulators. And near to the cell cycle regulatory genes, there is a location at which microsatellites are found. Now, if this microsatellite becomes unstable, then what will happen? This microsatellite is normally found that it somehow influences this gene. How does it influence? It is again not known. But once this microsatellite instability occurs in this region, it somehow affects the cell cycle regulator gene, and so what will happen? This cell cycle becomes unregulated. Cell cycle becomes unregulated. And once unregulated cell cycle occurs, what will happen? It can lead to cancer. So in the Lynch syndrome, variety of cancers occur, and most common of that is a colon cancer, and hence the second name, that is HNPCC, hereditary non-polyposis colorectal cancer, it is given. But remember, it is not only a colon cancer. Sometimes there may be ovarian cancer, sometimes there may be endometrial cancer, sometimes there may be a stomach cancer. These all different cancer can be seen, but the colon remains the hallmark of this Lynch syndrome. Now, one more thing. So, whenever you find a patient of colon cancer and it is seen by the genetic study that this particular colon cancer has a microsatellite instability, then it's actually a good thing. Why? Because the prognosis is good in case of microsatellite instability. Why prognosis is good? Because microsatellite instable colon cancer are found to be a highly immunogenic. So, if you give a drugs which increases the immunity, it can lead or it can help in the treatment of colon cancer, and so because of that, it carries a good prognosis. So, we can here easily link our biochemistry knowledge to the clinical knowledge. How? This microsatellite instability is used for the prognosis, and as it is used for the prognosis, we can use it for the staging of cancer. Microsatellite instability is there, then we can stage it to the early cancer. And it has also role in the treatment, as we had already seen that it is highly immunogenic, so we can give a drug which can increases the immunity. So, is it the only disease which occurs because of this microsatellite instability? No, there are many different diseases are also there which can occur because of the microsatellite instability. What are these diseases? So, the other diseases are Kennedy disease, then Huntington's chorea, then we have Fragile X syndrome, and we have myotonic dystrophy. These are the common disease conditions which are seen because of the microsatellite instability. In Kennedy's disease, it is found that CAG, this trinucleotide repeat, is affected. In case of Huntington chorea also, it is CAG, this repeat is affected. In case of Fragile X syndrome, it's a CGG, this trinucleotide repeat is affected. And in case of myotonic dystrophy, it is CTG, this trinucleotide repeat is affected. Now, normally what happens? Normally, this CAG repeats are normally found from 11 to 33 times it is repeated. This Fragile X syndrome in this CGG is normally 6 to 54 times it is repeated. Even 6 is normal and 54 is normal. And in case of CTG, it is 5 to 30 times repeated. This is the normal phenomena. But when it becomes unstable, so 11 to 33, when it goes into range of 40 to 62, this increase in the number of this CAG repeat is seen, then there are high chances that that person might develop Kennedy disease. In this case, or instead of 40 to 62 times, it becomes 40 to 100 times, that means more times repeated, there is a chances that that person might develop Huntington chorea. Now you can see, if it is 40 to 62 times, there are chances of both that maybe Kennedy disease or maybe Huntington chorea. But if it goes beyond 62 times, there are more chances that he will develop Huntington chorea. In case of this Fragile X syndrome, this CGG, which is normally 6 to 54 times repeated, if it becomes repeated 250 to 4000 times, this is very large number. If such a high level of repetition is found, then there are very high chances that it will lead to Fragile X syndrome. In case of this CTG repeat, if it goes more than 50 repeats, these are abnormal repeats. Okay, more than 50 repeats, then there are higher chances that it develops a myotonic dystrophy. So you can see we can easily link our biochemical knowledge to the clinical diseases. So this was all about microsatellite instability and diseases associated with it. If you have any query or confusion, please write it down in the comment section below. Thank you.